Greetings and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Neverwinter Nights. Well, Malcolm Maestro Erikson the Paladin has arrived in the next chapter in this sad tale. Poor Fenthik. He truly meant well, but in the end, meaning well doesn't mean jack shit if you don't check your work. Anyway, we have arrived in Port Last. Let's go find out what we're doing here. Apparently stealing everything from this room because it's here. Alright, Lorana. This cheerful lass stands in your room, eyeing you with eager anticipation. Ah, Malcolm Erikson, you have awoken at last. I feel privileged to finally meet you. The hero of Neverwinter, here before me. I'm getting ahead of myself. You must excuse me. I'm just so excited to meet you. Welcome to Port Last. I trust you had a safe journey from Neverwinter. My name is Lorana, and Lady Erebeth has given me the honor of greeting you upon your arrival. On your way, girl. I haven't the time to waste on the likes of you. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I certainly don't want to waste the time of someone who has great deeds to perform. It's just such a pleasure to meet you. Let me just say again how much I look up to you. You've all heard of the heroic deeds you performed in Neverwinter, and how you saved so many lives in the terrible plague. I know that you must be anxious to speak with Lady Erebeth and begin the search for the cult. She's anxious to speak with you too. You can find Lady Erebeth and her associate Erikson in the next room near the exit of the building. Please go and see her right away. I wish you well on your quest to find the source of that horrible plague. I am sure that you will succeed and prove to be a hero once again. Goodbye. Yes. No.
It is good to see you here in Port Last, my friend. If we are to have any luck in tracking down this strange cult behind the plague, it will be with your aid, I am sure.
Of course I'm sure. You're sure. Because that is true.
I do not know how much you have been told about Lord Nash's orders. I shall help you understand whatever I can, certainly.
What exactly are Lord Nash's orders?
You know, of course, that Dester and Fenthik were associated with some manner of religious cult that was behind the Wailing Death in the city.
Well, that's the sure. Fenthik was just a fool.
We know so little about this cult, and it would be foolish in the extreme to suppose that simply because their activities in Neverwinter have been stopped, that they have been defeated. Lord Nasher commands that we track down the headquarters of this cult and discover their plans and stop them before another atrocity is committed. Erikson, Lord Nash's spy master, is here in Port Last to help us do this, and has brought reports of many strange activities throughout the Northern Lands.
Do they now?
It is possible that agents of the cult may be behind some of these activities. If so, we may be able to find them and discover where their base is located. Your aid in this will prove invaluable.
I have some questions about this mission.
Of course. Ask what you will of me.
So you sound a lot less cheery all of a sudden. What are you and Erikson going to be doing while I search?
I am here to see that Lord Nash's commands are carried out, while Erin continues to use his network of spies to gain more information beyond Neverwinter's walls. Admittedly, my own role seems sparse. Part of me thinks that my Lord Nasher simply wishes someone he trusts in this role, while another believes he does not wish to be reminded of Fenthik or my pain. Regardless, we will do all that we can to help you. Do not think your efforts go unrecognized.
How do you propose I look for this cult?
Erin has several ideas on places where the cult may be hidden. Currently, he is working on finding a way into the city of Luskan. Its gates have been sealed since the plague in Neverwinter began. I suggest you talk to Erin about where these places might be. Search for any clues about the rise of ancient cults or odd activities. Once a way into Luskan is found, you can search there as well.
Sensible enough.
If we are fortunate, you will perhaps encounter some part of the cult and gain information as to who they are and where they are based.
What should I do if I discover something?
Any information you discover should be brought to Erin and myself. Once we know more about the cult, Lord Nasher can decide what to do next.
Why are we not searching more in Neverwinter?
The search does continue within the city. Indeed, Lord Nasher is having Neverwinter scoured thoroughly for more traces of the cult. It is his feeling, however, that the true force of the cult lies outside of Neverwinter, and that it is your efforts here that will prove the most valuable.
Just what do we know about this cult?
Dester appears to have been their link in Neverwinter, as you discovered. But of the cult itself, we have been able to ascertain little. Erin is positive that its true heart lies outside of Neverwinter, and that it has yet to show us the extent of its strength.
Indeed.
The task ahead of us will no doubt be most dangerous, but that makes it all the more necessary that we do not remain ignorant of what this cult is and what it intends.
Back to my other questions.
Certainly.
How are you feeling? This must be a terrible strain.
Aye, it is, as I am sure you can well imagine. Fenthic, my only love, dead at the hands of my lawful liege. His true murderers, however, lie invisibly beyond my reach. I wish, with such fervor that it frightens me, to see those allies of Dester pay, to see Tyr visit them with terrible justice. I am a Paladin of Tyr, sworn to uphold good and justice, yet somehow I cannot condemn Fenthic in my heart. He meant only to do what he saw was his duty, I am sure of it.
Oh, it is so tempting to say too. But for the purpose of this Let's Play, I'm gonna be chatting up Erebeth a bit. Even a Paladin has a heart, Erebeth. You can't be the avatar of justice all the time.
But as a Paladin, I am supposed to hold myself above such earthly concerns. I am supposed to know my path and be sure of it, just as Fenthic did, or thought he did. But I should not be distracting you from your task. My own problems are unimportant and of no interest to you, I am sure. Please, forgive me.
No, go on. Tell me what you were going to say.
It is just that Fenthic's fate could have been mine, or yours, or anyone's. How do you know that the path you walk is the correct one?
Well, that's because I am the player character and you're just an NPC. So I always walk the right path.
I have never questioned my faith or my duty before, but neither did Fenthic. I feel doubt, and I am ashamed to admit it.
But doubt is nothing to be worried about. Everybody has doubts. Doubts is what makes life interesting. To never be entirely sure that you're right. And improve yourself, because you're never entirely sure you're right. But of course, a person of faith would think doubt is the most awful thing in the world.
Perhaps I am merely wallowing in my sorrow. Perhaps I know my path better than I think I do. But I am no longer sure. Is it wrong for me to think such thoughts?
It is never wrong to question. What's important are your answers.
Yet I have no answers, only more questions. Thank you for allowing me to unburden my heart, but perhaps it is best if I put these thoughts out of my head for now. The safety of Neverwinter relies on your mission, and my duty regarding that is more than clear. Let us speak of that instead.
Indeed.
Of course, ask what you will of me.
Let's ask something else.
Certainly.
Do you have any advice for me?
I would suggest you speak to Erikson and find out where to focus your efforts in finding evidence of the cult.
Oh, very well, very well. Alright, well, all our henchmen have arrived. Now, I am gonna talk to them at some point, just not in the first video that we're in the next chapter. So instead, I'm just gonna pick up my guy.
Well now, if it isn't you! Glad I am to see you. Isn't the country wonderful this time of year? So much better than the city with all that, burning and dying. You know.
I'm surprised to see you here, Tommy, because last I saw you, you were fruitlessly dying when I told you not to. Yeah, well, what's a halfling supposed to do? Me? I go where the money is. After you and I went our separate ways, Miss Arabeth there approached me and gave me plenty of money to hop along on this pony ride of hers. We're all supposed to help with the search. Seems like Lord Nasher wants to get rid of all the cultists who started this fight. I say good for him. Just goes to show that not all old people are useless and should be killed, you know? Your ethic is something I cannot agree with. But understand. So you were conscripted into service by Arabeth. I've already been paid by Arabeth, and good coin too, I might add. You'd think this Nasher fella belched gold at will. I was just told that I'm supposed to help out wherever I can. How sweet and unspecific is that? I don't suppose you actually want something, do you? Well, do you have any information on the cult behind the Wailing Death? Nothing more than anyone know. You could ask... You ask me, though. Luskan's the place to look. Luskan? Oh, aye. The city has pirates and thieves galore. Anyone with any kind of bad reputation is more than welcome there, I assure you. Been there a few times myself. Oh, what better place for a frog to hide than amongst the toads? Not that I've evidence to back that up or anything. Well, I could use a good rogue by my side. Well, isn't it a coincidence that I happen to be a good rogue? Fine, this one rabbit town was beginning to bore me anyway. Alright, so we have Tommy with us. Well, I've talked to Arabeth, so the next step is Erikson. This is a man who measures each step with a smooth grace of a stalking panther. His eyes shift around the room with an intense awareness. Let's talk.
Hail, friend. You were instrumental in ridding Neverwinter of the Wailing Death, I understand. Allow me to congratulate you on a job well done.
You may start.
You have shown yourself to be possessed of remarkable courage and resourcefulness. That is fortuitous, for both these qualities will be needed if you are to complete your mission.
Indeed.
But that is not how we should begin. I am known as Erikson, and I have served our Lord Nasher for some time. Hopefully, I may be of similar use to you now.
How exactly can you help me?
My place lies in the shadows. I have many eyes and ears throughout the northern lands. And it is my place to inform Lord Nasher where the Vipers lay in wait. If only I had foreseen the actions of this cult, I could have prevented the disaster. But these men move skillfully out of my sight and hearing.
Yeah, I also noticed you weren't in the cure chamber when we were preparing it. Where were you then?
Instead of recriminating myself for my failure, I must do what I can to repair the damage. And that is to offer what information I have to you, so that you may find where this new nest of vipers hides. Arabeth has informed you of where you must search, yes? She has told you of how you may root out these fiends?
Well, she said you would explain the details.
Unearthing the cult will not be a simple task. What few whispers I have collected, however, have allowed me to narrow your search to this region.
Did you now?
It is vital that the cult's exact location be found, and that we are certain any leads we discover are not attempts at deception. Arabeth will not be satisfied until we find at least 2 separate leads that point to the same locale. That is your task. I do know of one possible lead for you. There has been strange news regarding a series of caves that lie north of Port Last. Investigation may reveal the cult to be hidden there. If not, there are other avenues for you to investigate. The city of Luskan to the north, Neverwinter Wood to the east, and the wildlands of the South Road.
Yeah.
I suggest, however, that looking into the caves first would still be your wisest choice.
Tell me about these caves.
The caves are in the hills to the north of Port Last, near the Green Griffin Inn. They have long been used by humanoid tribes of orcs, bugbears, and the like. They aren't usually a concern.
But now they are?
In recent months, however, I have received word that these various humanoid creatures have been raiding the roads south of Luskan. This would not be unusual, except that the creatures now seem very organized and, I hear, are being led by humans.
Ah.
This leads me to believe the cult may be involved. That will be for you to determine. Just keep this in mind. No matter what you find there, Erebeth will wish 2 firm leads on the cult's location before she will act. We cannot afford a mistake.
Very well.
Have you a question for me then, my friend?
I want to know about the other places I should search.
As you wish. I will certainly tell you all I know about the other places you may need to search.
Tell me of Luskan.
Aye, a city of pirates and base villainy. The city itself will be closed to you now, but it will be worth your while to go in that direction anyway. You should seek out the humanoid caves by the Green Griffin.
Why is Luskan closed?
Their gates have been sealed ever since the plague began in Neverwinter, I'm afraid. The city is quite anarchic. An outbreak there would be devastating indeed. I have been attempting to pull what strings I can to convince officials in Luskan that the plague is over, but I am having little luck so far. Before the gates closed, there were rumors of battles in the streets in Luskan. Who knows what transpires there? With luck, I will soon arrange you a way inside to investigate.
Tell me what you know of this city.
It is known as the City of Sails, home to pirates and far worse ilk, and ruled by 5 high captains who maintain an uneasy balance of power. True power, however, lies in the hands of the mages of the Arcane Brotherhood within the Host Tower. Even I know little of these men. The city is powerful, anarchic, and dangerous. Luskan has challenged the Lord's Alliance more than once. Be careful when you walk its streets, for many within see strangers as easy prey.
Why do you think the cultists might be in Luskan?
Evil men are common as coins in Luskan, my friend. This cult could walk the streets unnoticed and find many allies who would heed gold above all else. The fact that the city remains sealed even now that the plague has ended, and so little word escapes its walls, has me worried of what events transpire there. Additionally, I have been troubled by reports of humanoid banditry taking place on the road between Neverwinter and Luskan. This is unusual, and while it may simply be caused by Luskan's ignorance, it should be investigated.
How do I reach Luskan?
The road north will lead you along the coast and directly to the city's gates. As I said, getting into the city will be more of a problem than reaching it. I will attempt to remedy that as soon as possible.
Back to the other questions.
As you wish. I will certainly tell you all I know about the other places you may need to search.
Tell me of the Neverwinter Wood.
One of the deepest and most ancient woods of the north, my friend. It is filled with life both beautiful and dangerous, and is tended to by the Order of Druids.
What do you know about this place?
Like Neverwinter, the forest is warmed by the magically heated waters of the river that runs through it. It is a grand and beautiful place, I am told. Few journey through its boundaries, however, as it is said that the wood has a life of its own, and is unwelcoming to outsiders. The druids of the wood, watched over by the archdruid Ewil, are aware of all that passes within their charge. It is my hope that they can provide you aid.
Why do you think the cultists might be there?
The archdruid Ewil has sent several letters to Lord Nasher as of late, begging for aid against some unknown force that assails the wood. Lord Nasher would have provided the help the archdruid required, but could not, due to the chaos within the city. Neverwinter must come first. Ewil has sent no more messages in recent days, and it is possible that the druids exist no more. The exact danger that was being faced was not explained, This cult may not even be involved. It may, however, so this may be an excellent avenue for you to search. Whatever has occurred, my friend, expect the worst.
How do I get to Neverwinter Wood?
Follow the road east of Port Last. The lands are wild and sparsely populated there. And when you reach the boundaries of the Great Forest, you will know.
Alright,
As
back
you wish.
to the other questions.
I will certainly tell you all I know about the other places you may need to search.
Tell me of the South Road.
The road leads eventually home to Neverwinter. But before that lay many miles of wildlands, as well as the village of Charwood. The cult could hide in many places there.
What do you know about this place?
Very little. There has been little news from the village of Charwood for many years, I understand. It may have been deserted for all I can tell. Ruins will be common, and it is said that other, stranger creatures may have made these wildlands their home. A powerful wizard is even said to have taken residence.
Why do you think the cultists might be there?
I have no reports from this area. None. This disturbs me perhaps more than it should, as the cult could exist openly here, and I would not even know.
That would be worrying.
I offer the South Road as a possibility mostly out of speculation, my friend. I simply would not wish to leave it out entirely, just in case my suspicions have good reason.
Well, that, or I couldn't think of a better reason for me to go down there, but still. How do I get to this South Road? It's so stupid because it's in the name.
The Southern Road is not so much a place you go to, my friend, as it is a route you take. It will lead you eventually to Neverwinter, but it is the region itself that concerns me.
Alright, back to the other
As you
questions.
wish. I will certainly tell you all I know about the other places you may need to search.
I have some questions about Port Last.
There are locals who could tell you more of this town, my friend. My knowledge of it is limited.
Do you think there might be cult activity here?
I did my best to investigate Port Last before we made our base here, my friend. But what you suggest is not impossible. There may have been things ongoing in this place which escaped my notice. An investigation on your part is not without merit.
Would it be possible to hire help here?
Perhaps. I am told there is a barracks for mercenaries within the settlement. If you desire to hire assistance, inquire there.
I'll go now.
May the luck of the gods be yours, my friend.
Alright, and I'll end this talking session for now. See you all next time. Thank you for watching.